Olympic Games. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. And brought to you by Matson and the Adahi Tanu program. Cars Plus, reminding you to put your phone down while driving. Distractions won't get you there. Heads up, Guam. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurants, always open, always local, and serving up favorites for over 40 years.
Starting now on your primetime news, Guam was spared as Super Typhoon Hagibis continues to move away from the Marianas. Plus, also tonight, a 15-year-old boy is recovering after falling from a cliff in Jonestown. And former Guam Police Department officer Mark Torrey Jr. was back in court again.
Good evening, Guam. My name is Chris Barnett, and our top story. A young man is alive tonight after a daring and risky rescue by the Guam Fire Department. Here's more in this report. Lieutenant Phil Ennis and his crew on the Guam Fire Department's rescue boat didn't expect to make any runs this morning, especially since Guam was just settling back into Condition 4.
Since school was out, we were talking about it, and we were pretty much preparing to, we're always prepared for it anyway, but we really wasn't expecting to, but we did.
GFD getting the call at 12:17, a 15-year-old boy stuck in the waters off of Jonestown.
He was down by the Jonestown steps, and he said he fell off there, got slammed into the reef by the waves, got washed back out.
GFD says the boy plummeted 100 feet from the lookout point to the water, sustaining serious injuries. And with high surf advisories in effect for Guam, the boy found himself fighting for his life.
That's one of the most dangerous areas on Guam, basically on this side of the island, because there's no way out once you fall in there.
Ennis and his crew, GFD Rescue, stationed out of Agana Boat Basin, were on the scene in just a few minutes, which in a situation like this could be the difference between life or death.
The water was 6 to 8 foot pounding off the reef there, rock and rolling. The swell was big, and we couldn't get the boat close enough, so we had to send in the rescue swimmer. Rescue swimmers went in and got him and swam him back out to the boat. We put him on the boat, pulled the rescue swimmers back on the boat, and headed back to Boat Basin, where he was handed off to medic personnel.
Ennis said the boy suffered a 5-inch laceration to his head and injuries to his legs. He was transported to GMH shortly after 1 o'clock, roughly 45 minutes after GFD got the call. Lieutenant Ennis said the boy told firefighters he was very thankful when he was rescued. Oh, good job, GFD. Well, to answer the question we've been asked all day, yes, there is school tomorrow. The Guam Department of Education made the announcement late this afternoon. Although some schools experienced minor water or facilities damage, they were resolved and no major issues will prevent schools from resuming on Wednesday. Additionally, the Archdiocese of Agana announced that all Catholic schools resume tomorrow. A schedule for makeup days is posted on our website. As for any reports of damages from Super Typhoon Hagibis, Department of Public Works Deputy Director Jess Garcia says following today's windshield assessments, there was no major damage reported. While the Guam Power Authority reports minimal impact from Super Typhoon Hagibis, they did respond to outages this morning in Totu Cañada area, the Lalu area of Mangilao, Manengun in Jotnia, and the Santa Cruz area of Chalampago. GPA was also investigating low voltage conditions in Malolo. Crews were also clearing overgrown vegetation today in the Mount Santa Rosa area of Jigo, in Umatic, and in Totu. Well, before the storm's passage, Governor Lulian Guerrero signed an executive order declaring a state of emergency in anticipation of impacts to Guam from Super Typhoon Hagibis. The declaration authorizes emergency procurement and expenses, including overtime for exempt and non-exempt Government of Guam employees. Well, meanwhile, the CNMI federal emergency declaration has been approved following a more direct hit by Hagibis. President Trump signing off almost immediately on the request by Governor Ralph Torres. Our Nestor Lecanto has more in this report.
The president authorized FEMA to launch recovery efforts to provide resources and equipment at 75% federal funding. CNMI administration spokesman Kevin Bautista.
Governor Torres is in Hawaii right now, but he's been in contact with acting administrator Pete Gaynor from FEMA HQ in Washington, D.C.
He says they're still assessing the damage, but the main infrastructure remains intact. The power system, for example, did not suffer any major hits, and no poles were toppled.
One of the biggest things that we were making sure of was that we were going to do everything we can on the government side and the first responder side, working with our nonprofit organizations through our multi-agency coordination teams, and so far the coordination and the response efforts have been very positive.
By coincidence, top officials from FEMA's western region are in Saipan to attend housing groundbreaking ceremonies less than 3 weeks ahead of the first-year anniversary of Super Typhoon U2. Bautista says it was an emotional several hours, but nothing compared to last October.
The mood right now is that we're just grateful. The Marianas is grateful to be away from a storm that could potentially have brought even more devastating consequences for a U.S. Commonwealth that's still recovering from the worst disaster in modern U.S. history.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
The U.S. Attorney's Office has filed an opposition to defendant Jotnia Mayor Jesse Blas's motion for revocation of detention. Blas is charged in federal court with 6 counts of extortion and 7 counts of Travel Act bribery for allegedly permitting a confidential informant posing as a drug trafficker to use village mailboxes to smuggle in drugs. Last week, his attorney, Joseph Rosano, filed a motion for revocation and argued that danger to the community is not a reason for the mayor's detainment prior to trial. However, the government argues that should that be denied, the witness testimony presented evidence that Blas is a harm to the community and has ties to local law enforcement and drug traffickers. Magistrate Judge Joaquin Manabusan ordered the pretrial detention. A trial was scheduled for December 2nd. Well, KUAM has learned that the suspect involved in last week's high-speed chase was also shot at by police, was arrested and confined. 22-year-old Jeremy John Pangilinan, who was in the hospital following the shooting last week, was detained on Monday for a multitude of charges, including reckless disregard for persons or property while driving impaired, speeding, assault on a peace officer, aggravated assault, and drug charges. That's just to name a few. As we reported, he took police on a high-speed chase from Harmon to Dedido, where the pursuit ended with 2 officers opening fire. Police have not released any specific details about the incident, but did say an administrative investigation was launched to determine whether police followed proper protocol and procedures. KUAM is waiting for comment from police spokesperson Paul Tapao regarding Pangalinan's arrest. Well, Mark Torrey Jr. was arraigned in the Superior Court of Guam this afternoon and pled not guilty to an amended indictment charging him with negligent homicide as a third-degree felony. Defense attorney Jay Ariola, however, has filed a motion to dismiss the amended indictment, citing technical issues with the evidence that was presented to the grand jury. He's also requesting for oral arguments on the motion. Of further proceedings here is scheduled for October 31st. Torrey, a former police officer, is accused for the 2015 fatal shooting of fellow cop officer Albert Piolo in the second try of the case. Torrey has asserted his right to a speedy trial, and following today's arraignment, the case must go to trial within 45 days. The Supreme Court issued its decision in defendant and appellant Marco Omwere case from his conviction. That was back in 2016 when Omwere broke into a woman's Agani Heights home. He raped and robbed her before forcing her to drive him to several locations. He argued the evidence was insufficient to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. However, the Supreme Court affirmed Omwere's conviction. According to court documents, the evidence includes a series of sexual assaults by the defendant were against the victim that evening, stating a rational trier of fact could have found that Omwere removed the victim from her home for the purpose of committing criminal sexual conduct. The court also denied Omwere's argument on the use of the term found. According to the kidnapping statute, the term refers to the vicinity where the defendant comes upon his victim and not to whether the victim had to be found by law enforcement after the kidnapping. Andrea Montñao Cruz has been sentenced to 14 months in jail after pleading guilty to aggravated theft by deception as a third-degree felony and official misconduct as a misdemeanor. Cruz was a George Washington High School teacher who operated a fake homeschool and credit recovery program called Believe, Achieve, Motivate, or BAM. As we reported, an estimated 300 students may have been affected by the scam. Well, 36-year-old Clarice Alicto faces third-degree robbery charges and criminal mischief charges after she allegedly took a man's phone and later destroyed it. At around 2 a.m. on October 6, police met the man in Dedido, where he said Alicto got in front of his car and blocked him. The victim told police Alicto asked him if he wanted to fight her and then asked for cigarettes and $5. When he told her he only had his phone, Alicto allegedly walked to his car window and took the phone. Court docs state the victim did try to get help and return only to have Alicto spill a clear liquid on his car. When police found her, she allegedly took the phone from outside her breast area, threw it on the ground, cracking its screen and back, as well as damaging its motherboard. Well, a man and a woman are behind bars after getting busted for felony meth possession. Ramil Gonzalez and Vivian Aquina were pulled over by Guam police. Gonzalez, the driver, was sweating profusely and appeared nervous. He was asked to get out of the vehicle, and when he did, officers noticed a straw inside the driver's side door handle. Inside the straw, suspected meth. Gonzalez told officers the meth was not his because he was on probation and couldn't smoke ice. A bag containing a glass pipe was found next to Aquina, the passenger in the vehicle. Police found baggies with suspected meth inside a purse Aquina had. Gonzalez was charged with felony possession and a special allegation of felony committed while on felony release. Aquina was charged with meth possession as a third-degree felony. Alexandro Takai and Zachary Cruz were arrested on October 5th when police allegedly discovered money and drugs on them after a traffic stop. Court docs state Cruz was driving the vehicle when they were pulled over, and Takai exited to go inside La Familia Mart in Dedido. Police searched Cruz and found more than $1,000 on him. When he was interviewed, he said he wasn't a drug dealer, but once they found Takai, things looked a little different. Court docs state he had a glass pipe, a scale, plastic baggies, and approximately 1 3/4 grams of methamphetamine on him, Takai told police when they got pulled over. Cruz threw the paraphernalia at him and said, "Nyao, take care of this," assuming Cruz wanted him to hide it. Cruz and Takai were each charged with 1 count of possession of a Schedule II controlled substance with intent to distribute as a first-degree felony and 1 count of possession of a Schedule II controlled substance as a third-degree felony. Well, stick around for more news here in Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Matson is in this community. We've been in this community for decades. We're gonna be in this community for decades to come. Things will get busy, things will get quiet, but we're gonna be here. We're your hometown carrier. And that matters to us.
Reliability is the core of our business. We take pride in ensuring that we arrive in Guam on time as scheduled.
It's our local employees who understand the market, who understand the business, and provide that hard work for you each and every day.
When we hold ourselves to high standards, our customers also hold us to high standards. We establish good business relationships that turn into friendships. That's why it's so important to be here and be trusted by your customers. We want you to trust Matson like your friend, like your family.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
Now there's a technology that's lighting the way to a new mortgage for people all across Guam. Introducing Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii, Hawaii's leading lender. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii lets you apply for a home loan anytime from any device, making the mortgage and refi process faster and easier. Or work hand in hand with one of our residential loan experts. So put the power of choice and control in your hands. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii. Welcome to tomorrow.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. The final number isn't in yet, but the governor confirms that the tracking shows GovGuam did collect more revenue than projected. But any senators who may be looking to spend those funds be forewarned. The governor says there is no extra money.
We don't really have a surplus in the financial terms of surplus, because a surplus occurs when you have no deficit and you have more revenues. And that certainly is not our case. I came into this administration with an $89 million deficit, and what I would like to do is to retire that deficit and pay down our debt, so we can then have the availability of more cash flow so that we can provide more of the public services to our people.
The governor says they won't know what the final revenue figure is for about a month. Well, while rank-and-file GovGuam employees spent the last fiscal year without salary increments, senators were handing out pay adjustments in the 35th Guam legislature. Here's more. Only 20 senatorial staffers received raises so far in the 35th Guam legislature. According to documents obtained by KUAM News, Senator Jose Pito Terlahi not only gave out the most raises to his staff, he gave out the biggest raises too. Senator Pito Terlahi, the legislative chair of Public Safety, Border Safety, Mayors, Infrastructure, Military and Veterans Affairs, and Mass Transit, handed out $23,000 in raises for 5 staffers so far in 2019. Less than a month after taking office, Chief of Staff Charissa Tenorio, Policy Analyst Chris Carrillo, and Legislative Analyst Therese Hart each received thousands of dollars in raises. Tenorio, the sister of Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio, got a $7,280 salary adjustment on February 4th. Tenorio's pay going from $47,840 a year to $55,120 annually. Carrillo received a $3,006 salary adjustment and is now making $44,720 a year. Hart received a $3,120 raise. These raises had an effective date of January 21st, 2019. Hart received 2 raises this year. According to personnel docs, Hart also received a $7,280 salary adjustment in May. Her pay went from $34,320 a year to $41,600 annually. Hart has received $10,400 in pay raises in 2019. Senator Pito Terlahi staffers Tina Maria Nagauta and Nadine Torres also got over $1,000 in raises each in May. Minority Leader Senator Will Castro gave a $6,518 raise to staffer Francis Toves. The personnel docs say salary increase 60 hours. Toves is now paid $26,071 annually. Central Office Legislative Officer 1 Roy Kanata was on the receiving end of a $5,920 salary adjustment in February. Kanata's hourly pay went up $3, while his position title stayed the same. His pay went from $22,880 to $28,000 annually. Vice Speaker Senator Talina Nelson staffer Desiree Mesa received a $5,820 salary adjustment, bumping her pay up to $26,677 in June, but that pay increase was rescinded in the beginning of September. Office of Finance and Budget's Llewellyn Terlahi also received a raise. Her pay went up nearly $5,000. Terlahi now makes $64,480 annually. The Menangan concentration camp is a candidate for National Historic Landmark designation. The public comment period has been open for this process after the National Park Service determined the area was a candidate for historic landmark status. Well, National Historic Landmarks are significant historic places that possess exceptional value in illustrating the heritage of the United States. Now, that's according to the Park Service. The Menangan concentration camp was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in June of 2016. Thousands of Chamorros were held at Menangan during the end of the Japanese occupation of Guam. Guam Preservation Trust head Joe Kanata says the landmark status will be reviewed and voted on at the federal level. Those interested in submitting public comments can do so at pacificpreservation.org/NHL. Well, Pratai Lategzin has sent a letter to Okinawa Governor Denny Tamaki in response to comments he made in Japanese media about the people of Guam supporting the relocation of Marines from Okinawa to Guam. We are writing to inform you that this is not true, the Direct Action Environmental Advocacy Group wrote. Thousands of residents have provided public testimony and have submitted thousands of comments to the military, clearly stating our opposition to troop relocation, the letter said. Pertela Tegson wrote the letter in partnership with Okinawan activist group No Helipad Takai Resident Society. A letter calls the continued presence of the U.S. military in Okinawa and Japan an injustice and says Guam, Okinawa, and Japan must unite for genuine security and peace. Tamaki visited Guam in late August, but only met with local and military leaders. Well, the Guam Department of Education facilitated a new project, the Teacher and Administrators Effective Program. The project is compiled into 3 components that are induction, retention, and the third component, recruitment. Well, this week at the GDOE headquarters, recruitment was held with an orientation meeting. According to program consultant Eloise Sanchez, the department has about 205 limited-term teachers that are employed within the 41 public schools, and the goal is to provide them with support to become permanent certified teachers.
Our limited-term folks have a bachelor's degree. What they need to do is be able to get and pass the praxis, to take the tests, and then also to take the educational courses. And so the TAPE project is here to provide that support and to get them into the classroom. We do know that this school year alone, we had 40 brand new teachers. If we were able to get 20% of these, the folks behind us, to be permanent teachers in the department, then that would increase and address a shortage for the department.
GDOE has suffered from shortages across the board, and this will allow for permanency with the department. Sanchez said they hope this project will fill the gaps of the current vacancies. If interested teachers were unable to make the orientation, they can contact Sanchez at 300-1347 for the application and any questions. Well, this morning, 31 soldiers and airmen from the Guam National Guard departed to Yuma, Arizona. Now, it's in support of Operation Guardian Support at the southwest border. They'll be tasked with providing operational support for domestic operations at the southern border between the United States and Mexico. Adjutant General Major General Esther Agagi says the Guard asks the public for their continued support of our soldiers, airmen, and their families. Well, sports is next. Keep it here. Double D is on the way.
Half a day, hungry drivers. Are you spending more time on the road? Shell has teamed up with Wendy's so you can buy fuel and eat free. Just fuel up 7 gallons at any Shell station and get a coupon for a Wendy's cheeseburger or chicken nuggets. Or use 2 coupons to redeem a Wendy's cheeseburger meal with fries and a drink. Fuel up at Shell today because this deal won't last long. Quality service, fuel and food from Shell and Wendy's.
What's that? An Alpha Insurance customer needs a claim settled immediately? I'm on it.
Agent Alpha. In the event of an accident, theft, or breakdown, each of our Alpha Insure agents are trained to go above and beyond.
This is my stop. There she is. Target acquired. Agent Alpha.
Yes!
What are y'all in line for?
Oh, this place has an insane new toasted cheddar dish.
Wow.
All the food blogs are raving about it.
There's a new food obsession sweeping the nation.
They toast the cheddar in a cool way, but not like an obvious cool way.
And there's only one place to get it.
A toasted cheddar chalupa. Incredible.
This place is gonna be big.
Toasted cheddar baked on the shell of a chalupa. The all-new Toasted Cheddar Chalupa. Only at Taco Bell.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the way, some running information and news on Special Olympics Guam. But first off, some high school football highlights between the GW Geckos and Simon Sanchez Sharks. Check it out. GW secured the 2nd seed heading into the playoffs with the home win over the Simon Sanchez Sharks. The game started off with both teams getting into the end zone early, minutes into the first quarter. Sharks running back Aiden Lumba with the long run gets tackled from behind at the 5-yard line. Teammate Jeremiah Sublime would punch it in for the short touchdown run. Sanchez trailed 21-14 and would go on to lose 27-14 after the final whistle blew. Quarterfinals start this Friday when the 5th seed JFK Islanders face 4th seed Simon Sanchez at Ukadu at 7 p.m. FD will have a bye as the number 1 seed. On Saturday, Teason High will take on 3rd place Guam High at Guam High. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. And 2nd place GW will face 7th seed Southern High at GW, also at 7 p.m. Over 60 Special Olympics athletes will be hitting the diamond this year for the 2019 Unified Sport event for softball. The Guam Pony Champions will be partnering with Special Olympics Guam for the 3rd year, beginning Saturday, October 12th at the Ukadu High School GABA Fields. Training sessions will be held every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Athletes and volunteers interested in participating can email Jerry Leon Guerrero at jerry@specialolympicsgu.org. The softball program will wrap up with the end of the season softball jamboree featuring fun activities and exhibition team games. Special Olympics Guam now has 6 sporting programs for the year: track and field, swimming, unified bowling, unified badminton, which kicks off October 12th and 13th at JFK High School, unified softball, and unified soccer, which was also recently introduced to the athletes. Check out Special Olympics Guam on Facebook for more information. Turning over to some running news, the San Vicente San Roque Catholic Church will host its 10th annual San Roque 2K and 5K Dash on October 19th at Chamorro Village. Proceeds of this event will go towards the operational and maintenance needs of the church. Awards for the top finishers and dry fit t-shirts for the first 150 finishers. Showtime will be at 5 in the morning. Go time for the 2K will be at 6 and 6:15 go time for the 5K. The fee is $12 per person or $43 for a group of 4. Fees will go up to $15 on race day. You can register at Hornet Sports or the San Vicente San Roque Church office. For more information, call 688-3727 or the pastoral office at 734-4573.
It is the spirit within us, our soul, our essence that drives us to seek a better way, to create beauty and enrich the senses, to inspire fulfilling lives, to be at one with our earth and protect those who we love. Only by taking on challenges do we change the world for the better.
Turn up summer with Minute Maid slushies, only at McDonald's. Enjoy 3 refreshingly chill flavors, new sweet peach, blue raspberry, and fruit punch, while summer lasts.
Launch your journey to success today. Want to grow your business? Start a new venture? Or stay ahead of the competition? You can. With smart business solutions tailored to your specific needs and ambitions, you can achieve your goals. you can stay connected to your customers and your teams with Docomo Pacific's best-in-class network coverage. You can increase productivity, collaborate anywhere and anytime, powered by innovative platforms. You can be confident knowing that you have a dedicated team to provide premium support for all your needs. With us by your side, you can do it all. Find out more at DocomoPacific.com/business. Docomo Pacific Business, delivering your future today.
And before we close out the news tonight, you know the deal, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
All right, everybody, happy birthday to Peter Matanonia, to our only brother Peter. May God continue to bless you with many more years to come. That's a wonderful birthday shout-out. Serenity Miche also blows out the candles today, and happy birthday to Serenity, also known as Cookie. We hope you have a cookie on your birthday. Rory Torres, happy 9th birthday to you. Good luck to my daughter. That's another lovely birthday shout-out. Happy birthday to Riley J. Morale. This is birthday number 13 to our baby girl from Mom and Dad. Rudy Sablon Jr. also has a birthday today, so Rudy, we wish you the very best. And Herschel Tyron, Rhea Tyron, and Julianne DeGracia all have birthdays today, and this is coming from the entire Tyron family. That's awesome when you have 3 of them. And lastly, Juliana Joshe has a birthday today. So happy birthday to you, all of our birthday recipients today, and everyone around the world who had a fantastic Tuesday, October 8th birthday.
And remember, you too can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. Well, that's going to do it for us here in the news desk, but stay tuned. Our favorite Jason is up next with Extra. Adios.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Half a day, everybody, and welcome to Health, Home, and Lifestyle. I'm Jason Salas. Now, if you bookmark any segment that we do this week, it should be this one with Nurse Jen Artero, because she has got Health Check, and she investigates whether all deodorants are really the same.
Health Check with Nurse Jen is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Half a day, I'm Nurse Jen, and it's time for your Health Check. Are all deodorants created equal? As society is becoming more mindful about what we put into our body, it only makes sense that we're equally as concerned about what we put into our bodies. As a result, you may want to know the latest studies regarding conventional versus whole natural deodorant. For some of us, it's hard to walk out the front door without wearing deodorant. For many of us, putting on deodorant each morning is an ingrained part of our daily hygiene ritual. According to dermatologist Dr. Rodney Sinclair, the 2 main buzzwords in conventional deodorant is aluminum and parabens. These compounds work by blocking sweat ducts, ultimately stopping secretions from the sweat glands. For years, many theories and studies have hypothesized that exposure to aluminum can increase your risk of cancer, and the daily exposure to parabens will disrupt your body's normal hormonal balance. With that said, many dermatologists today recommend going whole natural when buying your next deodorant. If you have a family history of cancer, then you should be concerned. And today, you may want to consider switching to a whole natural deodorant. Making the change to a deodorant made of non-toxic ingredients has more benefits than you might think. First, natural deodorants allow the body to perspire naturally, but with control to rid the body of toxins, whereas conventional deodorants tend to clog the pores. Natural deodorants can use charcoal, baking soda, zinc, plant extracts such as eucalyptus and lavender, and other natural ingredients. And best of all, no yellow pit stains. In conventional deodorant, the aluminum causes the yellow pit stains, but is also the reason a woman can't wear deodorant before a mammogram. Aluminum in conventional deodorant can look like calcifications, hence possibly resulting in a false positive X-ray from the mammogram. Hang out with us KUAM folks a little bit longer. We got some more good stuff coming up. I'm Jennifer Artero, registered nurse, reminding you, don't wreck yourself, health check yourself.
Health Check with Nurse Jen is presented by Island Cancer Center.
All right, everybody, we let off the show with Pofafa, but stay tuned because after this, the show has got more cool stuff coming up.
At Island Cancer Center, we treat our patients and their families like our family. We have all been touched by cancer, and it is important to feel comfortable and secure under the care of our health professionals. You can count on us for skilled cancer specialists, the most advanced cancer-fighting technology on the island, and a commitment to caring for you or your loved one with compassion, respect, and empathy. Our family, treating your family.
Island Cancer Center, located on Guam Medical Plaza. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 646-3363.
I'm Ruby Santos. I'm from the beautiful southern village of Umatic. One of the things that we take pride in is promoting Guam through our music, through our original compositions of songs. Here on Guam, what makes us different is our people. When we can extend that Hafaday spirit of being sincere, being genuine, being truthful, being honest, that's all part of our Hafaday spirit. The hospitality, our hearts, the genuine friendships and connections that we establish, it's all from the heart, and they can feel it. The Hafaday Pledge is something that should be taught also to our children. I think when you plant that seed in them, they'll understand it at an early age how important it is to be hospitable, to receive and embrace not only our own culture, but to embrace the other cultures around us. We are all one people.
Here we are on East Island, most remote place on this planet. Will globalization hit us? There's no doubt that it will, and it's being done.
All right, everybody, Hafaday, and welcome back to the show. Now, October the 5th through the 12th is Fire Prevention Week. It's a very, very important time in our island community because you need to know how you can keep not only yourself, but your church, your family, your classmates, your neighbors safe from a fire. Joining me with what events are lined up for that are two of Guam's heroes. Real-life firefighters are here with me now on the KUAM couch, Matt Kinata and James Invencion. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so Fire Prevention Week, it's a very important time for those of you. You know, you guys work as firefighters and everything like that, but it's also a celebration of what it means to be a firefighter and have the privilege, I would say, right, James, of doing this kind of work for the community.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah. What motivated you to be a firefighter way back? Because 21 years ago, you decided you wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Mainly it was the teamwork and camaraderie that came with the fire service. We worked together to accomplish a goal, whether it be emergencies or just as simple as cleaning the station, washing the trucks down every morning.
Now,
to getting that call and getting up at 3 a.m.
Now, every firefighter I've ever talked to they always say, you know, this is a case where the man doesn't choose the job chooses the man.
Right.
You know, it's true. It's not. Would you agree, man? It's not a career. It's a calling.
Yeah. Yes, a career.
Okay. So what does it mean to you? And you know, I know your family very, very, very well. You guys are amazing members of our community. What does it mean to you to be able to serve Guam, you know, in this role and to be able to take care of your neighbors this way?
It means a lot. Saving people's lives, property, means a lot. Especially where we're at right now, prevention. That's the front line of the fire department.
Okay, well, let's talk about that now. With Fire Prevention Week, this is another way now. Everybody thinks, okay, firefighters, you guys are swinging down the poles, you guys are busting through doors and, you know, putting on the suits. You guys actually had me do the obstacle course of what, you know, that was one of the most amazing experiences of my life over at the Dedido station. So thank you guys for letting us do that. But this educational campaign for this week is also another way that you can save lives, that you can be heroes. So, you know, what have you guys got planned for Fire Prevention Week?
Actually, go ahead.
Yeah.
So this year's theme is not every hero wears a cape. Plan and practice your escape. So with that being said, we do have outreach programs for the schools that the respective fire stations will be going out to provide that education for the kids. And then this Saturday is the finale over at the Micronesian Mall, where we're going to have static displays,
Billboards.
Billboard presentation.
The static displays, kids always love that because they see the big red trucks and they hear the sirens. And,
and there'll also be a rescue demonstration. So.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so when we talk about the fire rescue or the family rescue plan, right? We've got so many different types of houses here on Guam. You know, you've got 4-bedroom, single floor. You've got townhouses that are 2 floors and everything like that. For people that are watching this right now, they may have never put this together. Is it as easy as just sketching it out on a piece of paper, or how elaborate do you have to be?
Pretty much, you just have to tailor your escape plan to your home. So figure out 2 ways out of every room. Make a direct line out of the home to a safe meeting place outside where you guys can gather and make sure everybody's out.
Okay, now, Matt, I think that's one misconception that people have about these safety plans is they think, okay, well, who's the breadwinner of the home, or the older one, if the mom is older than the dad, or the dad is like a big strapping guy, is you have to go around and take all of the kids and gather everybody and then move out. Is it wiser to actually go out and all meet at the same time?
Pretty much, yes. Like you said, there's townhouses, single dwelling, 1 level, 2 stories. But pretty much it's the father that goes around and gathers everybody. And yes, going out one time, if it can be, then let it be done.
Okay. I would imagine that it's harder to make these safety plans for, like, say, very large families where you have, 6 kids and then 2 parents and everything like that, because that's a lot of bodies you got to get around. How about for families where you have a very small children, like infants and everything like that?
Well, going with infants, there's many ways you can do it. If there's multiple infants, or from infant to 2 years old.
Toddlers.
Toddler. One is putting them in the playpen and putting the playpen at the same time. But if they're both parents available, then they should both grab the kids.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything that we should know about when we have these escape plans? I remember when I was a kid, they used to say maybe if you want to, if you have time, if there's a fire and you can see smoke, and you always you guys still do that thing where you grab the door handle? Yeah. To test if it's warm, and then there's possibly something on the other side. But you might want to run water over a rag and put it over yourself so you can breathe easier. Or is it just better just to get out as quickly as possible?
Get out as quickly as possible.
Okay.
These days, the homes are not as fire retardant as before, so makes the materials that make up homes are a lot more susceptible to fire.
Okay.
So usually you have at least less than 3 minutes to get out. So it's best to just get out.
That quickly.
Right.
Yeah, and that time goes by really, really fast. Some people think, 180 seconds, that's a lot of time. That goes by real quick.
Well, once you hear the alarm, just get out.
Okay, thank you for bringing that up, James, because I wanted to say, I'm sure that fire alarms and smoke detectors play a huge part of your presentations.
Yes, going back to the smoke detectors, since you brought it up, most homes nowadays are not interconnected. And if the smoke detectors are interconnected, then it's a plus for every family. Because if the fire is in, or smoke is in the living room or kitchen, and you're all inside the bedrooms, if it goes off in that area, then it should alarm the bedrooms where everybody will hear it.
Right.
So, and if they come out to the hallway and the smoke or fire is in that area, your second evac is the window. So, yes, smoke detectors are very important.
Okay. James, what are some questions that people give you most often, and they say, what's it like to be in GFD? What's it like to be a firefighter? And, most young boys grow up and they want to say, I want to be a firefighter. But, what kind of questions do you get about the job?
Mainly, what's my work schedule like? Which is what...
Is it still 12 on, 12 off? Or?
No, it's 24.
24, okay.
Right.
Very
24
nice.
Off, yeah. And then basically, do I get to drive the fire truck? Do we speed? But no, we don't speed. We follow the speed limit. We just get there as fast as we can, following the flow of traffic.
Okay. Yeah. So where are you guys going to be during Fire Prevention Week? I know you said each of the stations is going out to various parts of the community. Where will you guys be?
Well, Saturday we'll be there, Saturday, Micronesia Mall. But then also during the week, we also go out and assist schools for their evacuation plan or presentations.
Well, that's something, it's interesting. So everybody thinks evacuation plan, they think of the household. What if it's, like you said, a company, like a school, a church, for, something could happen, during mass or during, a service and everything.
Yeah, the evacuation, we've been I know Calvo's corporate,
Mm-hmm.
they have their evacuation plans. We help them with that. Bank of Hawaii, Bank of Guam. It's even the businesses we can come out and help.
Okay. And I'm sure there's a lot of businesses on Guam who would like to do it, especially the ones in, like you say, like a bank where you've got, you know,
yes.
multiple floors. And okay, since you brought it up, situation, like I'm so fascinated by this topic, but if something should happen in an office building or something like that, is it always advisable to take the stairs, or should you try and go for the elevator?
Advisable stairs.
Always the stairs.
Yes.
Always the stairs. Okay, we just want to make sure of that. Okay, so we almost running out of time. So anything you guys want to add about like what people should know about Fire Prevention Week and what this means to you as firefighters?
Come out to Saturday to the Micronesia Mall. Check out the displays that we have, and just ask any of the guys out there, the firemen, if you have any questions about creating a home fire escape plan.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be able to help you.
Everybody will be able to help you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Matt, James, thank you so much. You guys are true island heroes, and every time we get to interview firefighters, it's a great treat for us. So we really appreciate what you guys do for the island.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. They also said they were really nervous before doing this interview. Look at these. These guys are cool as cucumbers. Super awesome guys. Okay. We're going to take a commercial break. I'm going to hang out with my friends here. We're back after this.
Smiling is a natural response to joy, happiness, and excitement. Your smile reveals a lot about who you are. A healthy, beautiful smile can brighten your appearance and be an invitation to conversation and friendship. It is often one of the first things people notice about you. Now, thanks to the advancements in dentistry, you can have the smile you have always wanted, giving you an improved smile that looks and feels great.
My silver fillings that I have, they're getting older in my mouth and I need to replace them. So I've started to do that, and I've replaced them with the white fillings, and I've had really great success with that. It looks good, they feel natural, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the bleaching. I want a white look all around my mouth.
As part of our starting lineup series of live streams on Facebook Live and YouTube, our Chris Barnett headed to Tejan today. He checked out our friends at the National Weather Service with the super typhoon now mercifully well away from Guam and the northern Marianas. Chris checked out some of the technology that the folks at the NWS use to launch the weather balloon so that they can test a variety of things relative to the weather.
So who's going to take us to go see this weather balloon?
Thank you. You want to go out?
Yeah.
Take them out. That way you can take motion pictures.
Jason wants to go out to make it worth the gas money.
Pictures, you know, half the time it's on a selfie.
Popular angle nowadays.
Okay, well, thanks for coming
All right,
by.
thank you, Chip. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to get landed. I don't know, every time we do a show with you, our female viewership spikes by 23%. So
Just 23?
That's it, yes. It's pretty significant, yeah. So do you guys have a weather balloon up there now?
Oh, we launched one about 9 o'clock this morning, so it's been up in there for a little while. It's 9:37. So we launch these balloons twice a day at 9 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock in the evening. And these balloons go up all across the United States and across Micronesia to collect data in the atmosphere, because we get a lot of information from the airport over here. We have automated sensors, and there's a vast network of data being collected across the United States. Of course, we're all water in our region.
Right.
So we have that lacking bit of atmospheric information. So we have the automated sensors here at the surface, but we also want to know what's going on in the atmosphere, because that gives us a snapshot of what actually happens above the surface.
Right.
So we get these snapshots every day, twice a day across Micronesia. That's Majuro, Kwajalein, Pohnpei, Chuuk, Yap, Palau, and Guam. But when we have a typhoon in the area or a tropical cyclone developing, obviously we need more data. So we do these balloon launches 4 times a day, every 6 hours, because all that data gets collected and it gets transmitted to Washington, where it goes into our numerical weather models. The more data that we have, the more better our forecast. So we have our balloon set up inside of there. We have a hydrogen generator, so we use hydrogen because it's lighter than oxygen and allows it to go up. If that is malfunction, we have helium, and we can put the balloon helium into the balloon, help it get that released. They go about 100,000 feet up in the atmosphere, collect data all the way up. Eventually it pops, it shreds, and comes back down to the
And then
surface.
people think it's a UFO.
Sometimes they do. We used to put glow sticks on them on the night release so we could watch it go up in the sky. We sometimes get messages or calls about something floating in the atmosphere.
There you
I don't
go.
know what it is, but
Mythbusters.
I think the door is shut right now. But what it is, we hook it up to the machine. We don't have a balloon in there right now, but they will package it and put it together about 45 minutes prior to the release, and really blow it up. It's a very large balloon. We have that large glass.
What are the
door.
measurements on that?
I don't know exactly the measurements, but
5 feet, 10 feet?
About 5 to 10 feet. Okay. But as it goes up in the atmosphere, it gets about the size of a school bus because it expands with altitude. So we need every bit of that garage door to get that balloon out because it's going to be a very large balloon.
So there isn't like a hydraulic roof that opens?
No, we don't have that type of fanciness here.
Right.
But can it lift a little kid up? Well, if you're holding the balloon, it will pick your arm up. You can feel that lift on it. So they're designed to go up high in the atmosphere and collect all that data for us.
House to Home is after this.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Más. MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
KUAM TV 8, your home for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games.